This is a story about Julia Hixson, the daughter of Mike and Kelly Hixson. While pregnant with Julia, Mike and Kelly learned that there was something abnormal about the way her right leg was developing. Although no diagnosis was determined until after she was born, these observations meant Julia would most certainly have significant mobility challenges throughout her life. While for many this would turn their world upside down, Julia and the Hixson family understood that this was just part of God's plan.
Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. What this verse means to me and to my family, first of all, God has plans. This wouldn't necessarily have been what we planned, but this is according to God's plan. This was the verse that was going through Kelly's mind when we first found out about Julia. And truthfully, when we're told that God has a plan, that means it's not accidental. This didn't happen just by chance, that God, in His wisdom, intended this. But not only that, it's good. God's plans are good. He is the author of goodness. And so when it says, I know the plans I have for you, this is something that at the end of the day, we know is going to be good, even if it doesn't seem like it's good at the beginning. And looking at things now, we agree, because God's really changed us. He's changed our definition of what is good, but then He's also shown us just how good He is.
I was born with my right leg shorter than the other, and I have no hip or anything on my right side, and I always found a way to push through that. And as I was growing up, my parents were great because they always told me, like, hey, just go play with them, just go do this, just go, do that. And I never really saw myself as anybody but one of the other kids.
We joined the Y as a family in 2012. We were a young family of 5. We had 3 daughters. So her swim instructors for her swim lessons encouraged her to join a swim team. So she tried out the swim team and has not stopped swimming ever since.
I really hit my stride when I found swimming. I always loved swim lessons here at the Y. And when I joined the team, it was really just one of those things where it clicked. I was like, yes, I love this. This is what I can do. And I can do this just like everybody else.
I think the Y has also helped her build as an individual because when you have confidence and you have just that poise about you, Julia has turned into someone who is very confident, very strong, very sure of herself. And the Y has really helped her by helping her be part of a team, coaches and teammates encouraging her and giving her more opportunities to be the athlete that she is striving to become.
The first time I stepped out on that pool deck floor, it was a very big mix of emotions. I roll in my wheelchair and there's this big group of people staring at me. I recognize a couple of them from school and I was just like, wow. But no sooner than 2 minutes in, they all came around me. We talked to each other. I got to know people. I got to know friends. I remember my very first practice there, and it's still one of my very fond memories. One of my best friends to this day, Maddie Michalski, she came up to me and she just looked at me and she goes, "You're gonna be my friend." And she helped me a lot through all of my swimming. And even when I grew and we were both on our separate high school teams, we still stayed really close. And now, even though she's at a different college than I am, we're still the best of friends. And it was just one of my very fond, favorite memories.
A cool swim memory that we had was Julia learning to swim, but learning to swim while wearing a prosthesis. So as she was learning, one of the ways to be able to move from one level to the other was she had to float on her back for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, something like that. And so she's floating, and while she's floating, her prosthesis fills up with water and sinks to the bottom of the pool. And she actually wasn't able to pass out of that level, which actually was a blessing in disguise because in the future, she became a really good backstroker, but it was this kind of level of confidence to where she stopped wearing her prosthesis in the water and gave her a level of just confidence to be, hey, this is who I am, and really freed her up. And now as a backstroker, there's just this certain level of irony that she didn't or wasn't able to pass through the lesson or through that particular level, but now that's her stroke, which is really cool.
My love for swimming has continued throughout the years. I started here at the Y taking swim lessons and swimming on the swim team, and now several years later I have brought my love of swimming to work with me. I work as a lifeguard at the outdoor YMCA in the summer, and I teach swim lessons, and just knowing that I am giving these kids the same feeling or a similar feeling that I felt when I was swimming and when I was, playing around at the outdoor Y and I saw all the cool lifeguards. Like, knowing that I am giving these kids the same experience that I had through the Y is just one of the best things I could feel.
Julia Hixson is your current leader. She is a senior from Riverside. She comes in with a seat time of 32.43. And she drops her time. 32:17 is her winning time.
Dear younger me, I feel like I have so much to tell you. Even if I had all day, I couldn't say all the things that I would want to, so we'll keep it simple. First of all, I want you to know how proud of you I am. You never gave up on anything you set your mind to, whether that was just trying a new sport, making a new friend, or even just being yourself. Growing up different than everyone else is a tall task, but you're amazing at it. Not only am I proud of you, but Mom, Dad, and the girls are prouder of you every day. You're going to go through some hardships that are going to make you want to give up and just crawl right back to where you're most comfortable, but I'm here to tell you that you need to keep going in order to grow. Keep working hard, keep being kind, and never give up on anything that you love, no matter what. I know this will be hard, but you are going to meet some amazing people that are going to help you through any and every difficulty that comes your way. Your coaches, your friends, and your team are all there for you. You know God always has a plan for you, and whether or not you think that His plan is right for you, trust that He will bring you to where you're supposed to be, whether that's in swimming, in school, or in life. Lastly, I want you to know that all the hard work you're doing and are going to do is going to pay off. Whether it's in small ways or big wins, everything you're doing is helping you grow and become the woman God made you to be. Even on your worst days, remember this and don't give up.
Love watching it. And take a look at lane 5. Wow, look at her power and her stroke.
Really getting after it.
Julia Hixson, a junior from Riverside.
And if she can hold on, she is on pace to beat her time. She took it out in a low 15. Her time is a 33. Let's see if she can hold on to get a PR. The entire crowd, every single person is cheering for everybody. And she does!
She does, wow.
Wow.
She doesn't just get a PR, she gets a strong PR, a 31.73. She is your state champion in the girls 50-yard freestyle Paralympic. Congratulations to Julia Hixson of Riverside, a 31.73.